Captain's log, stardate 0318202020.3. Starship Excelsior's log, USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. Sorry for the delay, everyone. I've been having some severe trouble and etc. And I figured I would get on to do a video for you all. So I should have put in the topic crisis. That's what's going on right now. Crisis. No, not talking about the whole family issue. That is not a crisis. I'm talking about the everyday pandemonium crisis. That is something I want to share with you all today. All right. I love being on video. I apologize. I know Jose Love's probably worried about me. I got a letter. I just got to finish up putting it in an envelope. I just finished it. I just forgot to pop it in the outgoing mail. Reason for it is well, mail service is slow right now, and I'll get on to all of what's going on for about 20 minutes or so. That's the thing, maybe 25. So, I've been doing some information seeking today. Not about email, not about other things, but I have to share with you a couple stories first. So, my family, who's probably watching this, going, "Oh yeah, Rita's online, woot woot." Probably thinking I'm living in misery, which I'm not. The only misery I'm living in is I'm a hermit anyways, but so it pays out to be a hermit. But it has a bigger problem. I want to say a shout out to Jess. Sorry, I deleted my Facebook, man. I deleted it out of anger. And don't let the best of anger get the best of you. So, you guys are wondering what's going on with the Rita. Well, so everyone knows the government's been issuing stricter policies that saying if you don't need to travel, don't travel. And if you are somewhere, so to me, I don't know what's going on with my family, and I'm kind of concerned. I love both of them, and I'm wondering if they did get to Texas. I mean, my heart goes out to them anyways. So what happened was, I was concerned about their travel, and then I know I was supposed to go to a doctor's appointment. That fell through because they're like, oh, we're closed. Doctor's working at home, so you can't see anyway. So I was like, what the hell, And then, but I do want to say there's a lot of problems, okay? I got a couple problems I want to bring up. So whoever's watching this might give some ideas to your governors or your federal things. I know my cousin's sitting there going, Now, the president, I'm going to flat out write, if you read the reports, basically, I know the president's human. He's flawed. But I can clearly state from what he did was he let people into our country that was carrying this virus, thinking the virus was a hoax. Now it's spreading bigger in Washington, and then you got another problem. Now, I know my family in Oregon, who I love dearly, no matter what, they got to think about themselves right now. And I'm telling it like it is, okay? I know my cousin says, oh, well, you need to keep cash on hand. On this island, cash is not accepted right now. They won't eat. They got little booths blocking up the food area where you got to go in. It's card only. They got to sign card only, no cash. They think cash can be transmitted through paper, through your hands if you have the virus, so no cash. And then the banks are saying don't take out cash if you don't need to. So that leaves you with some other issues and other problems. So one of the things I want to talk about is I'm worried about a lot of different issues, especially this issue thing. I've been cleaning in the day, cleaning and doing stuff. I got this place. I'm getting this place almost clean. I got some dusting to do and these things clean up and stuff. But main thing is I'm getting things done. Got my skull. They don't have cherry right now, so people are hoarding stuff. Let's talk about hoarding things for a minute. That's why I said my family, it's to each their own right now. Now, my cousin told me carry cash. Well, I have a safe. Cash is in there, but it ain't going to do any good. So, and gold bars, hoarding gold bars don't work either. Not that I know anything about gold bars. It doesn't work, and I don't have gold bars. So, but then there goes with the hoarding, okay? So I got a couple stories. Soon as this thing broke, right? Now, I always keep extra toilet paper on hand, but the problem is that we will run out. And the real problem with the toilet paper issue is that when we run out, it's going to hurt a lot of people, but there is always an option. Before you guys go panic TP buying, you think for once. Use the shower. You take a big old dump, you hop in the shower, wipe down with some soap, you had a shower at the same time. You get out and you're like fresh as a daisy again. You can re-energize. Instead, you're all depressed and you're sucking up toilet paper, paper towels. I went to Amazon and other places just to see the market. Sold out, sold out, sold out. I even went to our local stores, right? Our local stores that like hardware stores sold out. They said our warehouse is empty. Warehouses are saying we're waiting for shipments. The factories say we have shipments to distributors, the distributor, and it goes around nationwide. But apparently, the bigger the states is with the higher the population, the more likely they need to ship paper first. So it's basically being rediverted to all these other high populated states where the fucking low populated states is getting shit on. Talking about population control, okay. Now, the governor basically of our state said it doesn't make sense that the medical equipment and equipment that needs to detect this virus is based on state population because we're 2% of the state population in the United States. Other people go higher for this medical equipment, but we're holding 20% or more of the viruses in this country. So do the math. We're basically on the totem pole. He's trying to do things. So what does he do? Closes everything where there's gatherings. Well, that's going to help and good and dandy about 50%, but here's the problem I have. Use my ideas, by the way. What happens when you run out of fucking groceries? Okay, picture it for me on this station, on this quadrant, island, whatever. You've run out of staples. You go to the grocery store, like today, mind you. I went a half hour after the grocery store opened, right? I went in there, and I know people that work there, and they're all nice to me. They're always nice. They looked at me this morning and they said, Rudy, have you slept yet? I go, no, 36 hours. Well, the policeman said to me, maybe I should get you to the hospital and have you committed because you're clearly on a manic session, not a mania. What did he call mania? Is it mania? And there's manic and then depressive or whatever, and manic. I was like, dude, I've been playing a game in quarantine. So I explained to the sheriff. He's like, cool. So then all of a sudden I asked him, I said, what the fuck happened? He goes, oh, within 30 minutes, there's a line out the door. They all ran in for the fucking shit paper. So I looked at the store this morning, and I said, well, why didn't you? I gave a manager my name. He's like, look, you're probably one of the few people that lollygag. I said, look, I got like enough to get by for probably 5 or 6 days, but after that, I'm completely bummed out, and I can't order. I've been ordering mine online, but I have it auto-stat, but Amazon sending people things like, your order has been delayed due to the fact that, we have now, the people, here's what happened. So the Prime members, okay, that set up for auto deduct, right, and auto shipment, they're getting notices that their fucking packages aren't going to be shipped till March, April, May, June, July. I mean, literally, the toilet paper is gone. Amazon can't sit there and say, oh, well, we didn't expect this. I mean, literally, they need to work around the clock to restock the fucking paper. I mean, literally, half hour and what was available and allocated to 2 stores on this island. They said, so then I said, okay, so I grabbed myself an energy drink this morning. An energy drink, usually I don't drink them. They were on sale. They're like 99 cents right now. I was like, hey, I'll take one of these. Paid for it. And I was like, the guy looked at me and he said, are you okay, Admiral? Yeah, so I was walking along, right? And this guy turned around and he's like, we're only a few open because we could do takeout. So I got longer hours. I said, okay, cool. I remember that when I want a hot dog. And I walked past, and he's like, we're one of the few people that laces that takeout. So I walked along, and I heard that a couple of coffee shops were open because they're doing only pickup outside the pickup window. So it was like, cool. The ones that have the pickup window has the commercial things right now. So as I was walking, I went to see a friend of mine who basically stated that outside, she's like, yeah, the household essentials been canceled, temporarily, and then went on about this and that. And then I said, well, what's going on with the other thing? And she says, oh, everything's great. So then I ran into my other advocate who was really nice, and it's just, I ran into them, got to the store, walked in there with my energy drink can already in the trash. People said, oh, hey, Rita, I go. I was like, hey, girls, listen. And they're like, before you ask, no, we had it. And as soon as King's was dried, they dried us up. And then one of my friends who works there, sweetheart, she looked at me and she says, I hope they make fucking hoarding laws. Literally, they should do. You should have a sign. They should basically, now the grocery stores are going to put one toilet paper a week. And they're going to make sure there's a special way to get, and they're going to put in a little database for both stores since they're both owned by the same place. And make sure you got your TP for the week or the month. They want to be, or distribute it like 12 rolls per week per person. So if you have 2 people, you get 24 rolls a week. I mean, literally. They want to implement it because these hoarders are doing it. They said they got a lot of rich people that can't get their toilet paper. Oh, wow. They have money. They don't want to pay scalping prices, or the poor. Middle class are sucking up everything because they're stuck at home. Meanwhile, after I got done, I turned around. I said, anything deal this week? They said, no, most of the deal meats are sold out. Bacon and stuff like that. But, they just like locusts. So I said, okay, well, let me go down the one aisle. And they said, you buying something? I said, I'll get another energy drink. They said, Rita, you probably had enough already. They said, just, so I ran into the manager and I said, hey, dude, because I talked to the other manager for a few minutes. I said, you got any dry goods? No. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding. So there you go. You got toilet paper. You got paper towels. You got fucking dry goods. You got canned goods gone. Hoarded. And you got some jackass motherfucker hoarding it. Now, I got plenty of canned goods. You don't see me complaining. See my pantry. People say, clean your pantry, close your pantry door. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm on this side today anyway, so it doesn't matter. My cousin's always joking about it anyway. Close the door one time. But honestly, I'm really kind of wondering how my cousin's faring. I mean, I heard they shop at Costco. I heard they're out of fucking shit tickets too down there. I'm not talking about my cousin in general. I'm talking about Costco in general. I mean, I went to Costco's website just because I have a membership. I can't get toilet paper right now shipped in. It's like in-store purchase. So what I've done is I've called the local Costco's, right? Which, talking about the story continues, okay? I called up, the local areas. They're like, I was like, yeah, I'm just checking customer service. I'm looking for toilet papers to check your local warehouse. They're like, sold out. So I called up Walmart, and I called up like 5 of them, and they said that all 5 of them around the state that I used to shop through, current one, sold out. So I'm doing this research for this video too, by the way. They said, before you ask, no, we don't have any toilet paper, paper towels, or canned goods. We're sold out. We don't know when they're getting more in. Well, I know a couple of friends. My friend, one of my friends in Freda, I hadn't talked to her on. I shopped shit with her for 2 minutes. She says, she's like, it's a fucking vulture fest. She says, you call. I said, look, I'm doing some research. She's like, oh, I'd gladly help you, and talk to my other friends. And a couple of friends are isolated at home, and other people. The government's asking you to isolate yourself. But here's the problem with isolation. Now, I know you got plenty to do. It's like Poppy and I talked. You got movies, you got music, you got books. Hell, I just watched Double Tap, Zombieland Double Tapped on Amazon. I have nothing better to do, okay? Gaming and movies, okay? That was my only movie purchase for the month. Well, besides the Would You Be My Neighbor? Now, the real problem is this. Okay, let's get to the real crux of the problem here. Seriously, on this crisis. No, we're not talking about Chloe in this one, because don't have anything to say. As you know, I'm doing all the cooking and cleaning with Maki. So here goes. I won't say anything more. The problem we have is as the supplies get more and more stingy, and the federal government says there's plenty of supplies to go around, the distributing companies are going to choose where it goes, where it needs it the most, leaving other counties and states to be vulnerable. When those counties or states are vulnerable, I know people are going to sit there and say maybe I'm full of shit, maybe I'm talking shit. But seriously, even my family sometimes thinks I don't know what I'm talking about, but hear me out here. That they're going to finally pack up, and either they're going to leave and look for food, which a lot of survivalists do. They're going to either get in their car and go, and as long as the gas stations are open, they're going to gas their car up and continue looking from place to place for food like scavengers, which means shut down the gas stations. I know it's a bad idea, but hear me out. Shut down the gas stations, you can try to contain this virus more. The gas stations are open. Now let's talk about the second and third problem we have with this virus being infected, like the stand, okay, where they went to Texas, through Texas, or whatever, okay? What if I told you that as long as people are quarantined, right? They say, 15 days, this virus will go away, right? I think we're going to have months and months of quarantine. Let's just say hypothetically we do, right? And the toilet paper supply is completely out, right? Let's just say toilet paper supplies are still out, right? And paper towels, and the food's getting more and more scarce. As long as the government doesn't contain this virus now, you're going to see counties upon counties upon counties literally get this virus. You're going to have this virus spread like the stand. And I'll tell you why. Because of two reasons. One, they've canceled international flights, which is good and dandy. You can't bring it in. And they've closed the border for 2 weeks. But until they get it contained, what have they done to our country? They've left the mass transit system open. They left the ferry systems open. What if they turn around and they do a full lockdown state by state? Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Borders are guarded, okay? Hypothetically. Now, let me put it to you this way, okay? My family doesn't know this. But what if you turn around and you run out of fucking groceries and you decide it's time to fucking go to the let's just say off island here, okay? Let's just say the grocery store keeps getting less and less supplies, okay, which it has been doing. All of a sudden, your grocery store is losing supplies. What happens? You lose groceries, right? Eventually, people are going to be so fed up with the greedy hoarding that they're going to leave, not thinking they'll have a shred of hope, that they'll get their groceries, say, at another town, right? Let's just say that town's being in let's just say a quarantine zone. Okay, let's just see each county that's figuring it out, right? Is a zone, right? For example, so what happens? Basically, I'll tell you what happens. That zone's quarantined, and nothing gets in, nothing gets out, right? Meanwhile, they'll start quarantining every county. No, right. So what happens? Simple. The problem is we as in people, we have to worry. To worry is to be human. But, as I said, I have my faith in the Lord. But we're really going to see how this plays out. And it's not going to look good. Every time I turn around, I keep getting a company that emails me saying that they're shutting down half their services, or they're telling their companies to work from home and portable this and that, and or like I just got an. So Best Buy just emailed me, great going Best Buy, stating they're cutting their hours and they're going to allow a certain amount of people in the store at one time, which is fine, but I was going to get to that. Even if you follow these stringent rules, that's still going to hurt the American people, because eventually the virus still could spread because people won't think they have the virus. And so therefore it is pretty bad. So I wanted to share that with you all. So, but back to my story real quick. So basically, what's going to happen is people are going to leave the islands or leave wherever, get on a transit bus. Let's just say they might have not the virus, but all of a sudden they bring it back to the family. Then they get the virus. Then they spread the virus. Then the virus spreads. Then what happens? Then people die. So use some common sense and judgment. Please, everyone. Please. Because this ain't cool. This is bad. Worst thing in the world, I can tell you right now, is don't panic. So, back to my story. So, I went online today to the grocery store to go in to get some supplies, and I check weekly, and they had ribs sold out, tuna sold out, potatoes sold out, toilet paper, good deal, sold out, Chef Boyardee sold out, Doritos sold out. So I went there, sausages sold out, hot dogs sold out. Now I know Chloe would sit there where I was around saying, but I have to, I have advocates helping me and stuff. So, the thing is as I went down, I was like, oh, I'll get some pickles sold out. Anything that's jarred, basically. Frozen foods are starting to go out because people realize they can freeze it in a freezer. So what I did was I went ahead and cleaned up Ebo's cage. And when I cleaned Ebo's cage, I got into the freezer to do a food count. So, I was very happy to find what we had in there. Me and Ebony, I say we because he's a bunny. So I'm getting ready to, like I said, prepare the week, but yeah, so it's not easy, and so I wanted to share that with you all, that it is hard. And so with me, I just wanted to share that with you, that we are all panicking to a point. And so around this island, people are hoarding it. But eventually they're going to have to do two things and keep the hoarding down. Is A, they're going to have to put hoarding laws and put powers by legislation. And two, the government and the state government's going to have to block all transportation until they can get this thing tamed, which means eventually shutting off, say, the islands, but no ferry service, which they've shut the galleys, but they haven't shut the ferry service. So people can start getting off island to go find groceries. By the way, talking about Safeway, they were sold out paper too. It's like, if there's a problem, right? They say, oh, there's no problem with printing paper or making paper, right? Factories are there. The warehouses are empty. Okay. The news media says, oh, there is no shortage, but there is. I mean, literally, if you want to look at the media, they're lying, because I can't find any right now. So that's your story. I got some spreadsheets to do a little later. I got to finish up the dishes. I got to figure out dinner tonight. I don't know what I'm going to have. I was going to get ribs, but, that's where the money is stacked up, hoarding the money, because the money is still there. So, with that said, everyone, please, add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Before I go, I will tell you I've been playing that game a lot. Like I said, trying to keep my mind off of everything in quarantine and waiting for some news from Jose or Chloe, for that matter. I mean, I still can't believe it. I'll explain everything later in detail, So please, again, add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit that like, subscribe button. So it's funding for your family, including your cats and your dogs. Thanks for watching, everyone. And Captain's log out. USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. This transmission ends now.